All right. So I want to talk about the cues because you guys better make money while I'm gone on this. If you trade the cues, right? If you don't trade ETFs, I'm not talking about you. But damn, if this is not easy money, and most of you guys should have a very, this should make sense to you. You know, if you want to put a thumbs up in the chat, if I don't even need to explain it and you already are ready to trade it, as far as where it goes higher, what you need to trade to, where your targets are, this is money. If you don't, need not fret. I got you. Where are we rejecting? And what happens at this rejection level? Well, we found out this morning after punching down through a box that we had created into that pocket of empty space that we had spoke about before. We dipped into the lows, but were unable to hold them, and just fucking barely for the lower time frame control, we're able to pull ourselves back up. Right? Now, that's not the end all be all, but what happens here? Right? X slap. Here, you lose it, you retest it multiple times, slap. Right? Here, we punch down through the box, you wick off of it, slap. And what are we fighting with now? And in the same breath, what happens outside of it? Bam. Now this builds acceptable, right? Acceptable. There was a gap, not just straight up empty space like we have now. I expect for that to move fluidly upon a couple of key things happening here. Now, because this level significance, right? Yes, there is some wickage. Yes, there is 622, but that obviously goes hand in hand with our old cost basis. You might be saying, well, what about where'd you get that from? Our cost basis, wicks, red candle, and today we saw a rejection there as well. So obviously, if you haven't gotten it yet, that might be the most straightforward play that you can take. Now, where you set your stop loss will depend on your entry and expiration, right? Or if you end up getting in here, right? Ultimately, that would be where you would want to hang on to. So the trigger up is where sellers are holding. If they can't hold, they leave. When they leave, they buy. When they buy, it goes up. And when it goes up, you make money, hopefully. With the empty space up above it, yes, you have to consider 622.50 as another resistance, but your two targets, and the only thing worth taking on this trade, would be 623.80, trim heavy. Yes, you also can look at for continuation, right? Beyond this, this is a range. But ultimately, it's here and here, and that is a shorter term, shorter time frame trade. Now, if you're looking at this on a much higher time frame, right, then you could say, well, I want, and this would take a full engulfment tomorrow, which if we got to bounce out there, but anyway, that would be the gap. Obviously, on the 4 hour, it is the median inside of that range. On the hourly, the floor of a small box. So does this hopefully this makes sense? I'm hoping to leave you guys with a perfect blueprint that you can take your own trades on, make your own decisions on, but it's, in my opinion, pretty foolproof. Now let's talk about the downside, because it couldn't be more fucking obvious. It couldn't be more obvious. Let's talk about that. We have held, and we did today as well, this floor, right? We could pull those candles up, 618.22, right? Yes, on a lower time frame, it moves pretty much fluidly all the way down, leaving you with just one more step at 617.13. You can take this, call it a range, because that's what it is, and you could look for a drop to 615, right? We'll step back out to the 30th or 30-minute because it's still relevant. 616, excuse me. And then of course, you've got a lot of gap. You don't want, I mean, that'd be a scary thing for the market to do. And of course, while I'm gone, something like this would probably happen. But um, the target at 610 would be the next target or floor support underneath us that would significantly have to hold. That goes hand in hand, remember, with this. So right now, you have the liberty of being able to make an executive decision, not with speculation, not with maybe, but if this, then that. And because you're in a range, you're looking for the range to break, which goes to a higher time frame setup, which you can expect a higher time frame reward. My baby. Am I growing? I don't know where to look with all these new angles. Well, just look at the chart. I'm not. This isn't that important. The mask is though. Look at it. Look at it. All right. So SPY. Obviously, looking before I move on. My biggest question right now, as we speak, is this: could we, by the end of the day, maybe starting to happen now, could we see a punch down and go for those lows? So that's my 2 cents on that. But again, it's not like it's a mystery as to why it's not going up and why it's bouncing where it is. So be patient. All right, now let's take a look at SPY. Different predicament, lower time frame. Open today, basically 50%, if I'm not mistaken, of this range, not a box. Yeah, perfect fit. It's so beautiful. Perfect 50% pullback right there in the range, still important. Now you move into a lower time frame, and this is what we got goofing, right? And unfortunately, gap has been filled. You've made a new high. So part of me still is looking at the upside as a potential target. But looking at what was directly up above it, there's a lot of volume to gap up to. So pulling back down, bouncing, and again, moving down to the 30-minute time frame to map out how do we go higher. And it's perfectly just like, and this is actually not, damn, I gave you guys the blueprint this morning. I didn't even see SPY. You did punch down and you did dip down into that 680, 681. You've retested the floor. So what do you to go up? We need to reclaim that 684 floor. We need to be outside of 685.62. To the upside, however, not as clean as the Qs, there's this box, and its cost basis is at 686. You also have another node of volume at 688. Not my favorite, obviously leaning against that one. To the downside, however, if that was to occur, that would be particularly juicy. I'm curious on this because I wonder if that, oh God, why'd I have to see that just now? But you could also argue it with a uptrend. So, oh God. Maybe something to think about. All right. I'm just drawing. I don't even have to have an opinion on what I just did. I can just look at it and say, okay, there's control both ways. What's above, what's below. And if you are long, what's the worst case scenario here? So if you are long on SPY, man, I've got a tingling on my toes right now. If you are long on SPY, this cannot be lost. That's what you bounced off of. That's the 680s. Punch down below 679.92. You have another range, not box, range. 677. And then again, you would have a nice juicy gap, empty space down below. So something to think about. Yeah, if you guys are on TikTok, if you guys don't mind tapping your screen, that'd be just dandy. All right, so we're clear on SPY and the Qs. Hopefully IWM, which, man, oh man, you stayed in range. But oh my God, no, dude, this one, as you know what, I'd say it all the time. You know, I'm not putting a bunch of extra brain power into shit that's locked up. But one thing that I am and did see here is, man, what a useless just a useless bounce. You bounced, you went up, you had all the tension in the world to break, you shot out today, right? Today. And you pulled yourself back down. And I can't help but wonder if we're going to end up back down at 240. Look at that. You are hovering. Fuck me. Oh, God. I'm about to put Peyton's Miami money into this. I'm not even going to have time tomorrow. Hardly. That's mid punchback, man. Target would be 241.38. 240 on the second TP. 239 on some runners. And the market, yeah. Do I teach? Yes. With every waking breath. Oh, shoot. I do, though. Quite a bit. All right. Am I losing everybody? Am I going off on a tangent right now? Is this Discord? Do you guys following along here? I know I just kind of freaked myself out with that, but I don't know if anybody else can see what I see. If you're seeing this, I am trying to, let's see, can I find any arguments to this? So full port IWM, calm down there, buddy. Right now, that signal is not there. It's if you're sitting there. I think one thing that always tugs me in the right direction, pause, is when you shoot out. I mean, it's the same. Look, let's do this. It's the same thing when you dip and rip. I can't help but look up, or in this case, down. And due to the risk to reward, I'm fucking doing it. Damn, that might be you. There you go. There's a signal before I leave. There you go. You got what you want. Where's John at? John, don't ever say anything. No, I'm just kidding. We're not full porting, guys. Oh my God. This is why this, and you wonder why. Ivy, you see why we don't signal? Just imagine a hungry pit bull. You know what I mean? And you got a bone on the outside of the cage. Ah, fucking hard. All right. Anyway, that's my 2 cents right there. This is not financial advice. If you're scared, muy scared. How do you say scared in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice scared in Espanol? Damn, dude, I'm getting
Asustado.
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 Yes, sir.
He's asustado. Okay, I'll keep that one in the bank. You making me say bad words, Karina? Is it true? Okay. No, Diddy. I'm not ever listening to your translations.
No, that's bro. That means scared. I wouldn't. Come on, bro.
Nah, Diddy. Look at Diddy. Diddy's
What
do some.
Bro, I'm not on TikTok.
Diddy said cagado.
Way.
Cagado way. All right. How do you clap in Spanish?
Yes,
Queen. All right, guys. I know how to laugh in Spanish. Ja 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 ja. All right, let's see here. Yeah. Go ahead and drop your request if you guys have anything to take a look at. We got plenty of time to take your request. So what's the white screen? That's not white. That is my calendar. If you're looking at regular portrait screen, That's my calendar that Ivy makes for me. All right. So Netflix, which I know some of you guys should or likely or already in or were able to grab today. This one shot up pretty nicely. Built a box this morning. That dip and that pullback and candle close on the hourly should have been enough. If you were watching Netflix, that one right there, if you set alerts. Now, where it has ended, again, when I say the first green candle to my left, I really, really mean it. That is exactly to the penny what you hit. One of the best targeting systems that you can, to the first green candle to your left, first red candle to your uh to your left as well. You know, as you're moving down, you're looking for that whichever direction structure. I see that mustache. Leave my mustache alone, dude. All right. Now, that being said, because of the empty space up above you and your inability to go grab that floor, you're going to need to do something, right? And if the cue's pulled back, you know what to do or what likely will happen. Now, 50% of this would be a suitable and more highly likely bounce. Is it easy to see? No, but I can see the candle closes and the bounce coming off of that exact level at 1148. So that's what needs to be held. We do have a lot of empty space underneath it or above us. 24-hour candle, not bad. The OG camera angle, only the real ones know. That's actually very true. This was one of the first OG. Yeah. Oh God, don't look at my wedding photos. I forget this thing has a screen too. All right, what's next? And if you want to unmute yourself and like ask me about the chart, you can as I go through it, if it's yours. DLO for earnings. Does it move on earnings? Yes. 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 Kind of. It's a little lucky. Yeah. Obviously, yes. Okay, so we have some pretty rippage. Nice job. Nope. It's gotta look good, baby. Okay. What's above? Okay. What's on the weekly? That's money. No, I gotta use the innards. God, if somebody is listening behind my door right now, like, what the fuck is that guy talking about? Okay, so interesting. Nice build. Weekly build looks great. 24-hour build looks great. It does look like it has the intentions of going up. It does not have empty space to do that, but it does not look like it's necessarily a requirement. Well, you know what? It does look like empty space is kind of the thing here. But that being said, the empty space would be down. There's 1118. The only target I can really give you to the upside is 1734 and 1972. It does have a habit of moving, however. So at the top, I think 2373 if this thing is going to go for a major break. Queenie, just for next, I mean, you could go with Friday on IWM, but I'm busy. So again, you guys see the setup. The cues also have a great setup. Now, I think that one's, again, a read and react. I should probably split my screen. Actually, I need that one. That one has a great setup. IWM, between now and the end of the day, like it to sit where it's sitting. And then, yes, I'm looking for the
Hey,
240.
I don't mean to interrupt you,
Yeah, no, you're not. Go ahead. You're part of this.
but Netflix has there there might be news of them trying to acquire Warner Brothers on Netflix, so
Mm,
I could give it that leg that it needs to keep moving up. Just
yeah.
just tossing that out there.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of Netflix, I got it, dude. I got 3 of them. I might have been the first human on earth to order them. It was under a minute and a
What?
half, wasn't it, Ivy? The K-pop Demon Hunter.
Oh, the
dude.
K-pop team. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I snagged them, dude. Fuck them. Well, you know what? They set up the anti-bot shit. You had to like do some crazy CAPTCHA thing to get in. So I don't know if their sniper bots were able to do their
I mean, that's a
this
good
one.
thing because they're you know how those resellers go with the bots.
I'm gonna hang on to I'm gonna give Ellie one pack, and then I'm gonna hang on to the other two for till the next movie comes out or something. I don't know. I'll throw them on eBay and just let it like a 6-year long bid war start. See what happens. Netflix. Celsius has some space. It does have space. This one looks like it's gonna TTD you, but let's see. Hold on one second. So I think we've come to the conclusion that this one does not pop unless it's shaken. Killer metaphor. That was awesome. Damn. Anyway, but it really does. Shake, pop, right? And that pop, obviously, it needs a catalyst. So to crack the top open, that is earnings. Earnings has passed. So it is not, and more, it would be more than like, I would assume that it would be in here, right? But it's not until you break over what you fell down through that you can go back up. And when that happens, 50, 80, the rest is up to you. But you know, as far as, I mean, it does a good job of filling up its empty space. It does it a little bit slower, so expirations are going to be meaningful here. So I am looking at IWM down, yes, sir. Drive. SoFi. It's not much I can tell you that I'm sure you probably couldn't gather yourself. You are up against the highs, right? You, when that happens, right? Think of it like, I don't know, Labubu's just crossed $100 a doll, and they've never been that price before. And you put it on eBay, and nobody's buying. Nobody's buying it for $100. What are you gonna do? You're gonna drop the price. So when I see SoFi right here, I see buyers, right? Given the first opportunity, it was faded. They're still here. The price hasn't been able to. I would say right now it looks better to, if it can close this way. I don't hate that one at all. I'd be looking for 34.50. IWM is so cheap, man. I mean, you can hedge if you want, but I mean, the hedge is that it's not expensive. You know, Lulu up, yeah. So this one, not bad. Again, I'd like to make, you know, if IWM and Qs fall tomorrow, that would not necessarily be right. I mean, not that Lulu really cares, because I've seen Lulu kind of do it. It just does its thing. Yes, this still stands as a solid setup for our 175.35 and 176.76. The candle is closing pretty well. I like it. I like it. 179 runners if you can, but I like it. Looks good. Just imagine the Green Goblin mask, dude. If this is on your watch list, if you can hedge yourself, if you can make sense of a hedge, which I see 164 clear as day, as a like if you were to lose or fall back below 171, but I mean it looks great. Yeah, looks good. Quit impulse buying shit off of TikTok, bro. A fountain pen set. Like, what the fuck is? How did I buy that? I have terrible handwriting. Does Elliott wave theory ever really work? Rotations, yeah. There is a consistency behind typically on liquid stocks that have good volatility. Yes, free waves. Now, I don't. I've never been that person to be like A, B, C, D. This measure the move. No, I don't do that. Like what I took pieces of what I thought worked of every strategy, like of pieces of different strategies. Right. Some people use volume profile for something. I mean, not to find key supports and resistances. Right. I took what I needed to out of it, and I did the same thing with Elliott wave. 1, 2, 3. That was simple enough. I can go and look through Tesla, Nvidia, AMD. Meta does not abide by 1, 2, 3 at all. I can acknowledge that. Meta does not give a fuck about counting. Sometimes when it has like after earnings, you can get some consistency there. But once that volume goes away, ugh. All right. This seems like a dip down to grab buyers before the actual continuation up. If IWM sunk down and bounced, brother, you would see and I would say the same thing for the Qs. If the Qs dip, and I would say watch out for 615, man. But if they were to dip and rip, of course, that could set you up for a scenario like this and a scenario like that. But again, man, if this is an unusual, just an unusual look. I think I've said that before a couple of times this year, this last couple of months, especially. All right. Disney earnings. What is that? I was actually looking at Disney yesterday, and funny enough, it pretty rare. No way. Holy shit. Even when there isn't empty space, I mean, it's still very obvious. I mean, that looked, yeah, again, I favor charts that have empty space. I do know that some people in here took Disney because of the accumulation. And man, what a way to fade those sellers trying to take this down, and they kind of let them have it for a little bit. But with that being said, I go back, right? And I zoom out because of how large this area of consolidation is, I want to establish the most important levels, right? Now, as we speak, live and breathe, we are directly up against what we can consider to be a weekly or monthly resistance of around 116. Now, that translates pretty well, just a little bit higher. Oh, no, it's pretty much on the money right there. 116.75. Tap, fall, tap, build, right? And now we're there again. And I'm going to sister in this one, right? This is just a lot of things need to be simplified because a lot of people overcomplicate them. It's like, oh, I have more information. No, sometimes it's just simplicity. When I look at this, when you get out of the sand trap and you struggle too much and then you slip underneath, you have to get your hand outside of the same top of the sand trap that you did before. And if there's something to grab hold of, 117, 116.75, cool. That's a great start. And that's what I would call this. So this is either going to serve, and because you are going up into resistance, right? This is either going to serve as a point of retest or a break point. And I would say, I know there's probably a lot of people who would be like a bull flag. Okay, fine. If you think it's a bull flag, it's a bull flag. But how, right? Or where? 122. 122 gives us the resistance, the box, and a break of 124.26. From there, 128. So.
Repeat that.
You are a robot. Can hardly hear you. DKG.
Hey, any better now?
Yeah, that's better.
I was just gonna ask which tickers you already did, so I don't repeat.
DLO, Celsius, Lulu, Disney, and DKG, and SoFi, and Lulu.
God
Yeah.
damn it! Everything I want.
Ivy's already clipped them though. They should be in my chat every day.
Oh, she posts them immediately. Oh,
I think so, or maybe Alex does. Let me see. I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, look at that.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Yep. That's yeah, just in case you're new here, by the way, so if you miss the analysis in the morning, you can go to my channel and Alex has clipped in groups, right? Usually groups of 4, 3, ticker request. So that way you can go back if you missed the opening, don't be late. But all right, DKNG. I hope you guys were able to try to snag this one today as well. I was not able to do this one, which whatever, but we are directly up against one of the resistance slash supports slash need to reclaim at 30. I believe we're at 3190 right now, but oh no, we are not. Hold on one second. Yeah, so it is going to be basically 3187 candle close, or call it 32 flat, where you have and I mean, this looks great. It looks great to go to 3280. Obviously there's more, and this is how you kind of weigh this. You have more pockets of empty space. So it would be this box directly up above you and the 3307 that you'd be looking to break. But on the 24-hour, I really do like DKNG grabbing this floor. I think look at that. Come on, man. It's heavy. It's heavy, but it pulled itself the fuck back up. And so you look at, okay, what is it holding? Bam. Right? That's a weekly level. That's strong. What does it need to reclaim? What's the rule? First green candle to my left. That's 33.15. Translate to the 24-hour. That is pretty much the bottom of our box, right? I would move the bottom down on the 24-hour to 32.50, which is acceptable, but that leaves that, I mean, that's a significant level. So punching through the 24-hour 34 flat, we're looking for the 42.40s. 50% of that is 39.50. So you do have empty space up above you. You guys know how I feel about these type of stocks, regardless of that. It is not a mystery. I think this one, again, just movement wise, this is the floor. That's what you're holding. That's 49. Same box, same everything. In fact, the top of that range is your target at 51.45, and where that empty space ends. Now, as far as a higher time frame, you can look at this and the fact that it is bouncing off of a floor, significant one at that. And on the weekly, it does have empty space back up into that $54 mark. So yeah, not bad. Lyft has been doing its duty, but I think it's getting a little sweepy. And that's okay because it'll give it hopefully an opportunity to. What it has been doing is every day builds a box at the end of the day after ripping, and then in the morning it pulls back and then punches through its box. So far, that's been literally every day, right? Here, punch back, or range break. Here, you dipped and rip on a lower time frame. Here, you punch through your box. So naturally, if we open up tomorrow on the same range, you're looking for a 2380 pullback and potential punch. Gold. How's Ruben? Ruby, my Thousand Island man. Sorry, that's a bad sandwich joke. I believe I heard him say he just hit his first target, which that would be 100% correct. As of right now, you have an R sitting on top of 385.27. So hoorah for that. 389.20 is the next higher time frame target directly up above you. That translates on the 2-hour to 388.32. So not too far away. You got empty space underneath you. So you know what you need to hold. Overnight price action, obviously being something that we have to consider. I think that you still have the ability to hit that 388. And then to the upside again, this is giving us empty space to 391 if we're going to continue to build. So thank you. I am pretty stoked. This is actually the most. I think my setup is the most expensive. One of the most expensive things. No, it's definitely the most expensive thing in my house. Like altogether. I haven't added it up, but it's up there. Where do I live, Junior? Boy, you better. The fuck. Hymns, man. So if anybody has, I think a longer expiration, the way that you have refilled all of your empty space to the upside, I don't hate this. Now, I think that the journey to the downside next is 32, but I think the ultimate goal is to get it into the volume. Now, I mean, this is nutty, but what it is giving you, if you pick the right stop loss, is the clearest stop loss. I mean, this is one of those things where if you ask, like, yo, if this thing is above that, and you're like, hey, is anybody else in? No. I went live earlier, man. Yeah, Ivy, if you want to announce that I'm live again, it's about to hit 3 o'clock. Dude, I don't have any Miami clothes. Yes, Ivy. And Pedro, if you're listening on here, I sent you an email. You might have already gotten it. Ivy, you need to check the Simple Stack shop email for Squarespace. It's my fault. 100%. Oh my God, that scared me. 100% my fault. I took a large out of the stack when they first got in, so that way I could print my own sweatshirt differently. The one that has the whole Potter on the front of it. So that is my fault. I would be happy to make up for it with a different size, and then I'll throw in some freebies. But if you're listening, that's my fault, and I can get your shit printed. Obviously, I'll refund you for shipping or whatever, but that's my fault. I am sorry. It's not my fault. It's Peyton's fault. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see here. Your baby blue eyes are the most valuable, though. Oh my God. Here. You got your hoodie, Matt? Let's go, man. Yeah, if you guys want to post them, you could put an emoji over your face or whatever. But yeah, I'd love to see it, man. That's awesome. It's hot as balls. By the end of the day, if you would like to press into a hedge on IWM 244, if we close up above it, I expect this one to whip and dip. But as of right now, you can do that. Adobe. Yeah, on a 4-hour time frame, I see a setup punchback over 340 into 350.50 and 355. That is literally, yeah, that's a lower time frame target. If you're looking at anything higher, though, I don't know how much help I can be. You are just sitting on a floor over here. So I mean, yeah, you do have. I mean, you have the setup where possibly a punch back up if you can break over. I would like the candle closed at 356.02, by 50%. So for IWM, you say tomorrow contracts. So JM, what I'm doing is, I'm keeping the risk super low, and so IWM, due to the setup, taking this trade speculatively, again, I'm waiting here to see how this candle is going to close. But yeah, tomorrow's contracts will allow for me. The hedge is that they are cheap. So you can, you depending on what your account size is, you could, even if you have a small account, you could grab like 5. That way we have a manageable position going into tomorrow. So is this gold? No, this is everything. Yeah, if you guys are on TikTok, if you guys could give me a solid fat minute of finger freaking. Wait, hold on. Finger tapping.
Yo,
Yeah, don't clip that. Shut the chat down. Delete the chat. Ivy, it's over. We'll write your retirement
don't clip
contract.
that, Neil.
Yeah, you know those like live, laugh, love things that you like hang on the wall.
I know what
I
you're
want
gonna
to get.
say.
I
Go
want
on.
to. I want to get one of just quotes of what you've said in this Discord.
Hey, we'll put them on the website,
to the
dude.
merch shop.
As like a yeah, you're like a you know, like in a flea market where you have like a booth. We'll put you a booth on the website where you can sell those live, laugh, love posters. I got you, bro. My finger is working
I'm not
hard.
home today.
I've never had another man tell me that, but appreciate that. All right. SMCI downside. Holy shit. Nobody else. Oh, yes. Yeah. Hold on. You aren't responding. Now I would trip out if I'm holy shit. So this looks like a straightforward play up to 35.16 and 33.89. That's what it looks like to me. Let's see. Let's actually go see how it's responding. So right now, in this fucking very moment, maybe a little bit further down, I would love to see right now how it responds. And you might be asking yourself, well, how do I know? You're going to go down until you find a floor that is above it. Here. So when you bounce, if you are going to keep going down, you're going to do it quick. You're going to fade that candle flat, and it's going to close right up against that floor again. Neil, Netflix does look good. Japan sold all their NVIDIA crashes incoming. They said the same thing last time, market crash. Japan sold all of NVIDIA. I'd have to look into that, but I'm not. I think the market's going to have a major pullback, but yo, Alex, that's fucking crazy. But
I'm about to say all these stocks, a lot of these stocks look like they're pointing down.
yeah, absolutely. But I would be remiss if I said I'm calling for a crash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Trump's market. I don't see that happening, but a pullback does seem like it could happen.
Oh, I just fucking typed in your name, Lily, instead of NVIDIA. That's fucking crazy. Let's see here. Listen, NVIDIA has, on the higher time frame, has a gap that is heading towards right now. And it does look like it's going to close. It's closing. So one of the definitive factors here, that's your floor. You needed to bounce on it and hold it. That was where you needed to stay above. That's what you did here. That's what you're not doing now. So the first target, naturally, would be the first green candle open on the 24-hour here, which would be the gap fill, right? The gap fill, what does it contain, right? So this is where we say, okay, that's straightforward enough. But in order for it to continue moving down, which it has the possibility to do, how does it get there? Here's how it does that. The same box that you punch through is the same box that you need to fall back into. Now, this box does not promise anything until the low or the floor of said structure is gone. Now, on the hourly, yes, an hourly candle below 187.91, cool. You watching it on the 30 minute? You might wick down a little bit further, right, into that 187 mark. But now, when, and more or less like if, or I would say less if, but when NVIDIA bounces, the same play. So whenever you look at a chart, one of the things I do to manage my risk is I should be able to identify, even if it's far away, right? When does NVIDIA go up? By doing this, I can set stop losses that not only make sense, because a lot of people get out and they say, well, it could go back up, or there's still some doubt. If I can find both sides are clear, and I know where triggers are on both sides of them, then I can set appropriate stop losses. And or maybe you go down, you hit a target of yours, and it bounces and it pulls itself back up on that floor. You're now looking at 193 to be reclaimed. Empty space. And look, yes, above you. I don't like drawing a channel here, but I'm going to do it. Fuck.
It does have earnings next week.
It does have
Wednesday.
earnings next week. Yeah, it does. One thing that when I look at NVIDIA too, that right there, that level right here at 194. I mean, we even gapped up above it and tried and failed. You don't have that buying power. Yeah. So we'll see. There's a lot of talk of NVIDIA investing in Mexico, but they just denied it. My own stock. There you go. Why am I going to Miami? For clout? No, I was kidding. I'm going to one of my best buds' weddings. Little wedding action. To go deliver a Argentinian grill. No, I was kidding. To rent a Lambo and shoot content. You know, I've actually rented nice ass cars. Never took a picture of them. I just wanted to. There's actually a period 2 years ago where, for no reason at all, I would just rent a Tesla just for fun. I didn't even leave the fucking city. I did it on Turo though. I wasn't going through like some crazy thing. JD is, oh my god, China looks like it's pointing down too. It's been locked up. We actually got away with murder on this thing. But now that it's failed, this channel, and it does look like it's going for a weekly punch to the down. Oh my god. Yeah, so I honestly, it doesn't look that bad now that I look at it on the weekly. I say 2850 target to the downside. Runners may be going into 2775 and beyond. Earnings is today. How does it react on earnings? I don't think it does. Does it? Yeah, I'm gonna steer clear of the earnings. It likes to move afterwards. I rented a Jaguar. I rented a G-Wagon. I rented a BM. What was it? I don't know car names. It was like 230 Mi or some shit on the back of it. BMW.
BMW.
Is that what it is? Okay, yeah. I'm not a car guy. I just wanted to see what it felt like, you know. Just drive downtown, make the engine go like that. I think my kids liked it more than anything else. My daughter was convinced that I had bought in each one of them. What are we swinging? I'm swinging IWM, but and a couple Lulu. I'm watching this one going into tomorrow, up to the 177, 178 targets. You said Rivian? Rivian's do it. Listen, you guys have been through this with me. If you guys have been in Rivian with me, you already know we've been through all of this together. So this is the least of my problems. I'm cool. I'm so cool that if it came back to 1580, cool. What? That's funny. Yeah, so with with Rivian, again, 1883, still the plan. It pulled itself up today. Shit, it's got empty space to rip through. Look at it. If it could just keep what it's got going on. 1885. I love it. I'm just letting you know that when we hit 23, I'm taking at least 2 weeks off. I got it. I got to go. Target. I actually still hold equity on Target. You know what? I know how to count to 3. I'm sure you do too. Let's count together. 1, 1, 2. So, let's break this down even further.
2.5.
Maybe. Look. Inside of a weekly box is a 24-hour range, right? Inside of the 24-hour range is a box. What does that box do? That is the official trigger, 103.24, to get up yonder. All right? That was fractals right there, what I just showed you. So on the monthly, you're not going to be able to see any of this, just consolidation, just losing and not holding this floor. On the weekly, you can see the range, 1, 2, 1, 2, that is trading in to make a much larger box. But inside of this, it contains, right, on the weekly, I can see a box here. On the 24-hour, inside of that very same range, I can see the box that we had made when we left, because we did, and which invalidated this box and validated the only box that didn't invalidate. Well, I guess no, it didn't. Well, yeah, it did, but it doesn't matter because still, even being above 103, that candle, red candle open, that would be enough for me. Candle green closing against that. Sorry, that's we're looking up 108. I'm looking past that. I'm looking up at this 116.50. So. No, I don't. Are you charting that one? XG. Yeah, I definitely don't trade this one if this is what you're talking about. But it has and just did accomplish a punchback. Upon doing so, it was able to go and touch this floor. This floor reclaimed leads to this box. And due to its price action on the 24-hour, it makes most sense on the weekly. I do have my own Discord, but anybody in here who is new, just now watching me, I always and beg of you to please go to my YouTube channel first before you join my Discord. For the love of God, don't buy anything, don't purchase anything. Just go to the YouTube, go to the educational playlist, go inside of the free Discord, ask questions. Your job, if you want to do this, is to literally learn the strategy first, which you can start doing and start getting an understanding of what I'm trying to accomplish on my YouTube. Yeah. I did, Waylon. $12.30s and 12.05s. I should have said that the other way around. Yeah, I do have a workshop, which after you go through the YouTube channel, yes, that's probably, but none of the memberships come without them. Lifetime is going to be gone permanently, though, at the end of the year. All right. Do you have a new
Why?
account? I could. Why? Because I plan on. No, I was kidding. Sorry. That was
I
dumb.
thought you had
Team Dark.
that after lifetime.
That's what we're switching to. Yeah, we're switching to the Afterlife membership. So I just got off the horn with several different deities reserving some land up there.
Some boxes.
Now we
Some
talking,
boxes.
baby.
Yeah, dude. We got bi world internet. You know what I mean? That God fiber.
The multiverse.
That's right. Yep. Gonna be sick. Do you have a new account? I could have sworn I already subscribed. They might be. You know what's wild? Well, it's not wild. It actually makes perfect sense. But after I posted a string of political videos, I lost like 23,000 followers. Some of those people said they didn't unfollow me, so who knows? It's all right. You're back. UNH. I'm scared of Miami, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I have to go to. I have to go to. Yeah, Netflix. Oh yeah, I just noticed that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oy,
yes.
oy, oy.
Oy,
Netflix?
oy.
Oy, oy, oy.
Oh my god. Not right now, son. Not right now. DKNG. That's such a good soundbite, dude.
Guys are wild.
We are. But you know what? People who lose don't get to get this wild. You know what I mean? You
That's
know
T
what?
right
This beats being depressed.
Yep, hell yeah.
That is T. That is T.
You got to help me out. What does that mean? Is that like we're drinking this? This is good for us? Yes, queen. That's good. Like warm tea. Is that what I'm picking up on?
It's like you're
Yeah, you gotta
discussing something.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the tea. Oh, got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
then-
got like a hot topic, like something to sit around and talk about.
Yes, lifetime members keep their membership. Yeah, everybody's.
Saying T is like snapping your fingers with approval. You know how girls like snap their fingers for approval sometimes? They'd be like, yeah, that's T. That's what that refers to.
I only snap my fingers when I go to those poetry slam lives. You know what I mean? That's how we-
Okay,
I
man.
don't.
That took a second.
Instead of like,
Get your ass back to charting, dude.
All right. Lily, you might have the time. I mean, you can always I would wait to join until I get back from like next week. You know, so that way you don't lose days. All right, what else do we got? Anybody else? Anything else? What else? No time. Affirm? Yes. What else? What else can you do? What else can you ask for? Now, let's talk about the whole enchilada, right? You've got a small cut in half torta to 81.50, but the whole enchilada is to potentially 88 with sauce. That's all I got to say about that. Candle close, you got to know where your stop loss is. 78 is obviously that top. 78.13. You're up against the wicks. It's a tough spot, but it's better. This is not where you have not been able to close in here before. Oh shit, gap going. Ivy, that's one. Yes, but what's the cost? At what cost? All that for a drop of blood. Because I know that Gap can get to. Wait, it's got earnings coming up again, doesn't it? Oh shit, here we go again. This one looks like though it wants to do what it's done before. You know what? I'm not. Why would I even shut your mouth and take the trade? Coward. $26.35. So next week's obviously a little bit more juiced. But yeah, I mean, but it's Gap, dude. I mean, I'm tempted to grab the weekly 25.50s and set an alert because I'm not going to be able to be watching. I got my suitcase. And
If you look left, it's going to be like the third time up there on the 24-hour per gap at the 28 like 50 mark.
Oh, yeah. Yes. You are correct. They're a little pricey, but they're not bad. For this week, I don't mind. 25.50s are fucking less than $20, 20, $22. I don't know, but jumping around. No, it's $19. IONQ. It's only 318 right now. Oh my god, that looks like it's yeah, you should be sitting at 4890 or 4885 tomorrow. That's I mean, yes, that and that was the last box that you punched through, so it would be 4775. Now the end of that empty space would be technically at 4330. Come here. Oh yeah. Look at my coffee. Butt spike. All right. I would Q. Open. What? That doesn't look bad. That looks good. Yeah, so you got a decent candle close up here. Your next trigger is 963 and open door. Now, that's the trigger. The weekly still says 1360 would be a target. Flashing the camera. Right. Why are you clawing me? Nope. Apple. Yeah. So I do like AI, but what I think they're doing is I think they're sinking the price. I think this is something that happens later. Like, and in fact, it's one that I'm going to be tightly watching. Maybe not necessarily to the downside. While you could say in the most recent price action, it does have empty space there. But yeah. Yeah, I would bring the chickens in to trade with me, but they don't sit still. When they were babies, I used to let them sit on my desk till they poop on it. On AI will be both equity and options. Both equity and options. Yeah. All right. I did UNH. Yeah, UNH. Oh, that's UNG. Whoops. Oh, I didn't. You're damn right. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, so I mean, this is pretty simple story, right? You have did just punch back through this box. You've now retested that box, and you're now approaching a structure above you that would naturally or potentially be a trigger to the upside. So that would be the potential play. Now, when you look at the 4 hour, all of a sudden this becomes something that has already been punched through. So it only leaves you, right, with the empty space directly. And I would say this goes basically above 343 and a 346.38. I would have a target of 360. Yes, at that point, if you broke the 50% mark, it'd be 370, 260, and then you could look beyond. So this does set up on the 24 hour a little bit more clean, right? But yeah, that is what you're if you're bullish, you're looking for this, right? Punch back up, push back up. If this is bearish, sellers will step up and create this range. You're laying on my keyboard, shouty. Gold? Yeah, good. No, I didn't. Yeah, gold is sitting at the floor right now. I mean, it might right now. It's actually really easy to decipher what's going on right now. You are trying. This is exactly what I teach in the workshop, right? Is it not? When you what is this? Say it if anybody's can or if anybody knows what is this by like. What was that, Ruben?
Grabbing the floor.
There it is. Bro sounded like he was. Oh my god! Ah! I'm being attacked right now, dude. What the fuck? Ah! But yes, he is correct. You are grabbing the floor, right? So you're popping up, and like a rock climber, you're trying to hang on. So as of right now, we're good. Can you please explain to me what the fuck you're doing? Yeah. So here's what I would propose. If the floor is lost, 50%, 383, 23. If it bounces, watch for the retest to reclaim the floor and make it your way through the range that you've created here. If not, you want to fall fast, you want to bounce hard. I love you so much, but we're going to have to stop. Okay? You should be ashamed of yourself. It is literally workshop education. It is. All right. I gotta put you down, girl. I am being nice, Brandy. She was she was clawing my chest to death. That is one of my more spoiled cats. That's the one I stole from PetSmart. So ALK, John, I actually was looking at this today. It does look really, really good. Right now, last time it performed pretty well. Didn't give me all of the empty space, but did fill up 3 bars of it. This one would be a multi-stage, right? So like even if you just wanted to be 100% sure, you could wait for this trigger right here. But right now we're looking for a move through a lower time frame range box by reclaiming the floor 4360 and punching through 4428 up. What BS crypto scheme partnership are you about to nurture in Miami? Man, get out of here, dude. Oh no, she's been on the desk, Brandy, for a minute. I know who you are. He said, "Man, what crypto scheme partnership are you about to nurture in Miami? It's crazy." RGTI. I'm on my phone, but there it goes. You don't need me. Sparkle.
EBS coin.
EBS coin. The Potter coin. I wanted
Allows
to do
you entry into the afterlife.
I almost did NFTs. I was gonna do a VR NFT game, like where you play as a wizard, and each NFT that was created was a wand that you could use in real game that had like only like certain attributes that only it has. Like no other wand would have those like certain, strengths and weaknesses. Still a good concept. I just gave somebody $1 million idea. VR game with wands is also just going to be a thing anyway, so hop on that. NCLH. You know what this looks exactly like? Looks exactly like Elf. The only difference is it's clear in the sense that it is, I mean, this is, and I hope this concept is clear because this is where I do not question my analysis. It is, if the chart is in agreement, the chart is in agreement. It is 1985, which is the wall that you fell under and retested. So if you want to go up and get that empty space, that is the most clear and obvious trigger. Closing close to it would be money. Did any of the NFT games from 2021-22 survive? No. They already have a VR game with wands. Do they? Like a dueling one though? Like real dueling? I wanted like a dueling one. Like some real nerd shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't move forward with it because I didn't want to be associated with the crypto space, and the guy that I was trying to have help me with it was about as spotty as a fucking Dalmatian. Oh, is there really? Oh, are you talking about the what is that wizard game? I play it sometimes where you have to yell the spells like fireball and stuff like that. Listen, I can't say no to this one. You are underneath the floor. You are pointing towards empty space. You are targeting at $20 flat. You can split the difference and target your imbalance, which would be 24 flat. Probably would have ended up like the Hawk to a girl. You ain't lying. MSTR is losing its floor right now, man. So until that floor is reclaimed, we don't want to call up, and that's 233.84. Right now, you could actually, a lot of things are pointing down, folks, including this one, which has a target of 199 and 182. What's up? The soup dumplings? They're in the back freezer in the garage. Can we do them tonight? I suck at them. I should lightly spray the parchment paper before I do soup dumplings, right? I think that's where I'm fucking up. Anybody in here a soup dumpling master?
I thought you boiled them.
You don't boil them. What are you, a Neanderthal?
Yes, I am.
Well, then
I thought you fried.
no. Those are
That's why they're
fucking
soup dumplings.
Soup dumplings get steamed in a steam basket.
I thought you buy
Traditional.
them from the Chinese store.
That's crazy.
There it is. There it is. That's what you.
Nah, I get the these ones. They're fucking delicious. The pork ones. I know they're not halal. They're haram, but I'll take that.
Fire?
Leave that to me. I'll carry that burden. Yeah. Yeah, but they stick to the fucking parchment paper, and then I just get mad because I'm like, yo, what the all right, what else do we have? Walmart up. I got a traditional steaming basket thingy. Walmart just needs to be above 104, basically 105 on the 104.87, and then you have a box directly up above that, or a box. So you want 107.87. This could be a retest and actually be something that rejects and goes down. So I would keep your eye peeled for that one as well, because if you end up doing something like this, it would be that pocket of empty space right there that you could take advantage of. So can I show why I took the IWM trade? Yes, I can. So let me give you, and it has not officially triggered yet, but I'm okay with speculating on this one. So first things first, based on a higher time frame, right? And this is a in-range trade, which is rare for me, but due to the lower time frame and the risk to reward, I'm gonna take it. So right now we saw a 1, 2, 3, 4 with this candle reaching down to a gap. Now, if you go back historically and you look at something that has a wick like this before reversal, and you typically get some pretty strong moves. We didn't see that, but we did see price move outside of that containment and then get pulled back in. Now, what this left us with was a box that we had created to get up and out. So it is possible for us to bounce and pop out and make our way up. But what I'm anticipating is that we could punch down, hit 240. Now, there is a lot of empty space, and I will leave runners for that. Hit 240 or 240.150. Second target would be 240.26. And then at that point, I would have one last runner TP at 239. That is because price went above, was offered the opportunity to fly, and was pulled back down. And all day we have been under their control. Now, the only vulnerability that I see that could axe this play, and you guys probably know what it is too, is all of that is empty. So if it was able, because it has not triggered, if it was able to bounce off, and this is where you can hedge for what would be considered to be the worst case scenario, which I think is going to be around 247.50, right? An explosion pop outside of 245. I think taking both of those into consideration, if we could pull this number overnight, right? Like right now, start moving up, and then by 8 o'clock tonight, close here, or not even, maybe not even close, but yeah, that would technically be a gap up. That would allow us to fill the gap down and flush those lows. So that's what I'm anticipating. It's speculative. The hedge really is the fact that it is incredibly cheap to take 240 or even 241 strikes for tomorrow. And of course, hopefully you are using good risk. Sorry, Ivy, I know I looked at this one, but I could not dislike this trading price action more. Personally, weekly, it has had a significant dump. It is, if you're looking for a bounce on it, that would be something that you would look for what you fell under, and you are retesting that as we speak. So it would be outside of today's high. QQQ does, yeah. Damn, that might fuck up. So QQQ does have a upside trigger or upside potential bouncing off of this low, up to 623.80. So if you like the Qs better, there is empty space up there. You are closing positively up against that floor. Well, we're not closed yet. I'm sorry. I'm thinking future tense here. Why change the camera view? I don't know. Thought it'd be nice for a little change. Green Goblin mask. All right.
Otter, what do you think about PLTR? Possible bounce to fill the gap, but there's a bunch of empty space back up. It's obviously a lower time frame, but I
Yeah,
was just
it
looking
is.
at it.
That's an interesting little setup right there. Yeah. So how would we solve this problem? We would identify the floor. The floor is here. That's what you're up against. Well, then the most recent price action is just a little bit further, 1 hour. Floor. Okay, so pretty reliable. 30-minute, 15-minute. So yes, above 183, you would have a retest here. The first green candle to your left at 185.29. And then if you could power past that, yeah, there's empty space there to fill.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? This reminds me of a less fluid version of what happened here, right? Pop out, give the opportunity, fail, and then pull back in. Thank you, Brandy.
Hey,
Today's
doesn't all that info come out at 8:30 tomorrow?
That the info that they said was probably never. No, it's what are you talking about? The voting is tonight, right?
TPI, whatnot?
Oh no, I don't think so. No. 12, 13. No, just FOMC members speaking. Crude oil inventories, 30-year bond auction. Yeah, so the House signs the bill tonight, right? So to reopen the government, I know I heard a lot of you say that's been priced in. That's possible as too. I'm focusing on the chart. I see the possibility with the Qs, right? It's kind of interesting because IWM doesn't look like it. But with the Qs, yes. I mean, it could look at that tap. Oh my God. If you're somebody who's waiting for the close, just to be sure, nice. But it is 621, and that's where, yeah, maybe we see price move fluidly through there.
It's like the fourth time it's tapped that pricing got rejected.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody said they're trying to slip in a marijuana ban in the bill.
Try to use a different word like greenery or something. But yes, they are. Funny enough, I know people who are, let's just say, going to the White House or to Washington to try to iron this out, to try to solve this problem, because this is a $1 billion industry, that the hemp industry is, they're big. Yeah, I mean,
It's being pressed by the booze companies.
of course. I'd have to look that up. Affirm. It looks good, man. It is closing resiliently up against this wall. It has empty space up above it to 8160. It has empty space up to 8773. I don't dislike that one at all. Rivian. Yeah, I've gone over this one. It's doing great. Yeah, look at that empty space. Just like we talked about. It's moving up. Now it needs to continue moving up, and hopefully this happens overnight and get a punch back over 18.
Damn, Netflix is still fucking going. Oh shit.
Damn, I wasn't even looking at it. What are we doing right now? I have an alert set. Oh, Jesus. Damn. Yeah, we were ripping, son.
Dude, I paid what, $70? Shout out to Diddy. He reminded me about Netflix. For the 1200s, they're worth like I think almost $200 now a piece.
I got the 1205s. But
Did
yeah,
you get this week's or you got next week's?
I got this week's.
Okay, I got this week's too.
How does it earnings? No, 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 no. So terrible earnings, no movement on there. Lyft is building a box, and this is the first 24-hour red candle that it has experienced. So, take that with a grain of salt. This is the 50% mark of the wick that is fighting over. So tomorrow, underneath 2432, you're looking for a retest similar to what you saw today off of 23 to 27, and that's where what you'd like to see is a punch back through said box. So, missed what I said about the Qs. Britt, I was saying that above the wick that you just touched here at 621.47, you have empty space. So I would be looking for a play up to 623.80 and possibly runners up into the 624.75s. If obviously upon that trigger. Right now we're at a retest level where sellers have been stepping up, which is exactly where you would look for buyers to step up. Those are pretty expensive, yeah. You got like 240. Yeah, so keep it cheap, keep it target based. And you could shut up. You could put a fucking eighth. You're just looking to reduce your risk if it does go the opposite way. So Nobody is full porting. Everybody is staying within their risk. One of the things that is not bothering me right now, but one of the things that I keep thinking about is, man, if this is a retest, if we can't get to this fucking empty space, this could go red, and this obviously could fall. And we've done that, right? Where we've tapped this level. That's why I'm saying this. Above that level, we can see more, right? Because of the empty space up above us, no brainer. But if this is a retest point and it falls back down underneath 619.50, I would be expecting the floor 617 get hit, 615.87. We'll see what we get from there.
Government does not reopen, we're gonna see it dump.
Potter's the best. Avoided a lot of dumb plays past 2 days. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, swerving the BS, dude, is God, it's so much. It's more important than knowing how to trade is knowing when not to. It's incredibly important. All right. Thank you guys for tapping your screen. You guys are awesome. Oh, nice job. Yeah, Star-Lord. Do you guys see? I don't know if you guys saw the games page. He was up at 130, 481%. Or excuse me. Oh, sorry, 46%. Still juicy, I bet, right now. AMD swing, nothing casual, little $24,000.
Huh.
Dude, watching Ruben has been wild, dude. Man is covered in sauce, dude. It's dripping with that Thousand Island. Ugh.
PLTR is about to grab that fourth floor, Potter, that you're
Is
just
it?
talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah, not bad. Oh my god, dude. Netflix, Netflix just hit 1164, but tomorrow I'd really love to see 1173. First screen candle to my left is right here at 1173, so that would be the next target. And then obviously with the split news, with the way the channel is set up, a lot of us, I don't want it to do it, but if it did something like that, it could. But anyway, we're looking for this empty space up here to get filled. So. Hold on, Pearl. The setup. Oh, like my desk is a mess right now. All right. Ugh. Lynn. They split. The contract split as well. They split with the stock. Lynn, again, price action on this
Netflix?
one is terrible. What?
You said that when they split, the contract split as well?
Yes.
What does that mean?
They split to, whatever.
So if you have
Price.
one contract,
You
right
get
now,
10 times whatever you got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 10 contracts. Yeah, you get 10 contracts. So if you buy one now for next week, you get 10 of them.
That might not be a bad idea.
Yep.
Grab one contract.
Hey, if you
Mostly
have a second,
options, yeah,
sorry, I
but I
just
buy
got off the
equity.
phone.
Yeah, what's up?
I was looking at Palantir. It's not the typical setup, but it just reclaimed the floor. Do you
Yeah.
think for like a weekly swing into 185 or 187.50, something like that? Or just not
Uh,
enough there to prove anything yet?
No, there's, I mean, again, like I told you before, you need to be focused on higher time frame plays, but there is, yes, empty space upon the floor being recovered, um, up to 188. So, yeah, for sure. And then, this is a range. So if you could fill up all of that empty space, you'd have a gap over 194.45. You got more empty space. I mean, there's, potential continuation on there, but
Obviously, I was just looking at it.
yeah. Yeah, there is. Alrighty. 10 minutes till the bell. Scott, CRWB. Like I said before, man, I really think this one has a fat trip down. I mean, even if you're just looking at the channel that we talked about before, I mean, the channel's screaming $74, so that's what I see. So the Chinese stocks are pointing down. Baba looks, damn, Baba could be fun, but Baba looks like it. Damn. Oh shit.
I was gonna mention that one. It has earnings tomorrow, I think.
Dude, whenever me and you Baba together, dude, it never works out. No, just joking.
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
That was funny.
Those are dirt cheap, bro.
Is
For
it tomorrow morning?
Yeah. Who's got earnings tomorrow? Oh
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, but does it move on earnings? I guess
Yeah.
it kind of enough.
Oh,
It's
shit.
like an average of like $18 to $20.
Contracts are cheap, dude. Like 149s and 148s have the most, like the tightest spread. You get like 20 of those for like $500. I mean, it's cheap enough, and I like the way it's pointed down. The only alternative that I see here is a lot of times when you have a floor that's equal like this, it'll bounce straight back up and go like right here. So you can say 175. If you don't want to go into that one-sided, you could say 175. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it looks like channel-wise, looking right here potentially. So yeah, good memories for sure. JD, no, earnings for Baba is coming up on Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, double
I'm
check
saying, is it in
that.
the? Let me see. It's in the morning or?
It should be morning.
All right, great. Yeah.
He's looking better for that upside. Um, yeah, TV does bullshit. It makes sure that it's not next week because it'll do that. I think that QBTS's
Yeah.
last chance is here. Is it next week?
Baba's not on Trade Station. It says it's not for another 2 weeks. Baba.
I've Googled it and it does say the 21st of November.
Huh.
Okay. Fuck it, I'm gonna let
I
it
don't
ride.
think.
I'll just see what I get tomorrow. Yeah, TV does, but I mean, maybe JD drops. Baba comes with it. But yeah, make sure you take if you don't want to be a part of it, get out. Take it for a more serious trade on earnings if you'd like. Let's see what it do. Yeah, it could move before the bell, or but before earnings. So yeah, visions. That probably I'd do the same thing, man. I would do the same thing. What is that fucking number, dude? Oh my god. Sorry, hold on a second. All right, SoFi closing strong. Not bad. Yeah, that looks good. MP. Oof. So I try to stay away from things that look like this. So what I see here is pop out, punch down, retest, and until I know that a floor is being reclaimed, at which you can go down here, you can see easy enough, look at cost basis, the small range above it, empty space, 79.11. So it's not like it's a mystery. You also have a retest level to bounce off of at 56.76. So all right. By the way, if you guys are on TikTok, if you order a shirt from the website, I am putting tickets in there for 3-month memberships for free inside of one of the shirt orders. So they also come with free stuff. Crash out. All right. What is Stelio buying, dude? That's Liddy. Baba, listen, I'm looking at this one, and now that I know that it doesn't have earnings today and that it's bouncing off of the floor, it has earnings. Our JD has earnings. You again. I took it because I thought it had earnings tonight. It does not. So, if you're looking at this, it is bouncing off the floor. It does have empty space directly up above it. You could say 161. Don't just hold it because you heard me say it or whatever. But like if that's you took it because of earnings and now you know it's not happening, then just let it go and have your BP tomorrow.
I took it because Jorge said, "Screw it."
Hey,
Jorge
it said it had earnings, man. I don't know. Fuck.
Are the shirts true to size? So far, yes. I yes, they are true to size. So are the sweaters, which are mostly gone. I've nobody said anything negative about the sweaters. Everybody says they're incredibly comfortable. So someone in the chat yesterday said that there was the most comfortable t-shirt he owns now, which made me feel pretty good because I sewed it myself. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't. That's right. IWM. Oh shit. Now that is a good start. All right. Hopefully this is a gift for you all tomorrow. Does it come with 1,000% signal? I do have sweaters, like hoodies. I have hoodies. I'll show you. They're mostly gone now. I will say they're pretty much all gone. So that hoodie, front and back, and then this shirt, just the one that you guys see me wear, and then the hat, which I think Ivy put an option to have it signed on. Yeah, signed or not signed? No way. What is my life? Why do I keep my GPU lights on? Because they're cool? So I can look at them? I don't know. Why, is that bad? Is that bad? Hey, Ivy? Ivy. That's crazy. Damn. You know what? Take that 50% raise away. I'm just kidding. Give me my 50 cents back. Ah! She said the mustache is giving puberty. It just started, guys. You don't mow a lawn as soon as it starts to grow. You gotta nourish it, dude. Any 2XL hoodies left? No, I don't think so. Is there? It would have said it would have said sold out. Why are they not said sold out? Oh no, that's a shirt. I'm tripping. Nope, they're sold out. 2XL sold out. We have 3XL, small, extra small. Everything else is
Ding,
sold.
ding, ding.
Yep. All right, IWM bounced here at the end of the day, so you could, if you wanted to take that hedge, look at 246 or 245 if you would like. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good couple of trading days without me. I mean, I might pop in here a little bit tomorrow, but yeah, 246s.
Well, enjoy your next 2 days, buddy. Gonna miss you.
Yeah, I'll be there the whole weekend, so the gain is
Yeah.
crazy. What are you talking about?
Have fun.
Ruben. Oh
fun, dog.
my god.
What do you do?
Go look in gains page, man. Send me some, dude. Oh, just kidding. Damn. Look at that, chat. Look at that. How fucking crazy. That was gold. Have you
Is that again, or is that the
Yeah.
first one?
No, that was again, dude.
Shut the fuck.
He's
I'm
locked
doing
in, man.
everything wrong. Fuck.
Nah, don't look at that and get unmotivated, man. You're literally, dude, future you is looking at you and slapping you in the back of the head. Telling you to chill out and just make sure you got this shit down pat. That's it. That's what future you is telling you, dude. Because Ruben, have you not had your major up and downs in this motherfucker?
I was down 40,000 before this all started.
Yeah. So, you know, that to
Just G
me,
shit. Good
I
shit,
mean,
dog.
and how long have you been at this now, Ruben?
So I've been consistently on the Discord for 3 years now.
3 years. 3 years. That
I
doesn't
would
mean that you.
spend a lot of time at work, just listening to you and like
Mhm.
watching the charts on my screen on a little window.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take you until you got to that 40,000? Or
That
until you
was
made it back?
Oh, well, the 40,000 was a slow bleed for like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, Roger.
And then I eventually just said, you know what, dude, I need to lock in. And I was going through my Discord servers one day at work, and I saw that I was in yours, and I said, "Shit, let me check it out." Um, and then I liked what I saw, and then 2 years later, and now I'm here.
Damn. That's beautiful, dude.
Dog.
That's, I mean, yeah, nothing but fucking congratulations to you, though, man. You earned it. And yeah, anybody who sees this, you can look at this and say, damn, I'm not there yet. But you're not, you can, wherever you are in your journey, you're exactly where you need to be. Focus on you right now, because that's, Ruben did not get here by staring at somebody else is their P&L. Like, Ruben obviously had to focus on his own shit. You know, I'm sure there was inspiration amongst us, but the fact of the matter is, you know, I know for a fact that people don't get anywhere, you know, just wishing they were at where somebody else is. When you know that he took the same route that you did, right? Took some time. So it's you plus this strategy plus time, right? Equals profitable. But if you try and rush, take away time and enter rush, now you have a lot more problems, right? Which sometimes people who are hard-headed enough can get through the rush, and they can learn the hard way, and they'll lose money, and then they'll get it back, and then there's ups and downs, and then they finally are like, all right, enough of this shit. I'm making money and then losing it immediately. It's me. And they do that. Some people put themselves through the blender and put themselves back together again. And that was me. Crash test dummy number one.
Me too.
So, Step, I put 500 to use Potter. Now I have 3,500 in my account to use Potter. What do you mean by that? No shit. So just be patient, man. Learn this strategy works. I mean, obviously a lot of people in here who can tell you the same. Next week we've got the podcast thing that we're scheduled. I believe. And that's what was that? Oh, it's like a robot. Rod, you sound like, did you say, I think you said DKNG though. He sounds like a robot.
Can you take your DMs?
Oh man, I'm so sorry, dude. I can't, did you just you just DM'd me? Maybe so, because having I will, Rod. I just saw your message. I'll let you know when I'm down. I think Big O's planning on doing the same. But yeah, if I have an opportunity to say hi, I will. 100%. I'm sure I will. Yeah, sorry about that. Alima, you got a skylight too? Isn't it awesome? And then my assistant has Ivy has access to it. So if I have something, even like when they need to they put their paycheck in there. So that way it's on my calendar. Somehow still find a way to be late, but it's all right. We're getting better, aren't we, Ivy? We're getting better. We grow just like mustaches. All right. Remember, guys, he has an act. Yeah. Yeah. And that's another, yeah, Neil, that's a great point. You know, he's obviously built his account up to a level where he can take on that risk. And that's, you know, more money, or you have the more risk to put on the table. You know, he just got off of another, you know, multiple huge, large plays, INTC, gold, now gold again. So is that a shared wall calendar for your corp? It's just for me. Like, I mean, Ivy doesn't put her stuff on there. I might have to get you a skylight. But yeah, it's to keep me disciplined, organized, on track, which I struggle with. So every day. I used to put most of my paycheck in my account and lose it all. There you go. He used to put his entire paycheck in there. I've gone through very, very rough days where I feel like I need to punch a wall and scream. Yo, Blake, with the t-shirt. I just got your order. Let me pack it for you right now. What'd you get? You got a... Damn, dude. Whatever you bought, I only have 2 left of them. What is it? Dude, a lot of people in California. A lot of people in California follow me, dude. That's crazy. In LA, in particular.
We're doing big over here, Poppy.
Peyton, dude, if you, I will, there is no doubt in my mind that I will be in California for a extended amount of time next year. I'm gonna be in New York City next year. I'm gonna be in fucking LA next year. I'm gonna be in Portland next year. So yeah. All right, let's see here. A 3. Okay, cool. Yeah. Shirt. I'm gonna pack Blake, if you're on here, I'm gonna pack your order right now.
Mm.
My bad. I did, yes. I hedged IWM. Small hedge. If there's anything I've learned, battling your psychology is the hardest part to overcoming the obstacles. Ruben, would you say that those obstacles required you to kind of change things that you had going on, like lock in real life too, not just in trading? It's kind of a universal thing. There you go, Blake.
Oh yeah, they made me realize, I need to stay consistent, and I need to like commit to something
Big.
because I had
Big.
no commitment to like a certain pattern or whatever.
Right. That is the Starlight calendar, yes. Damn. All right, we're packing this up for you right now, my guy. And then I'm gonna throw in oh dude, you got the new order, so you get a magnet, and then somewhere around here, I got a fat bag of I've got some chili lemon chips if you want it. No, just kidding. My friend Van stopped me from packing random shit in your guys' orders. He stopped me. I was gonna do it.
No sé, ¿quieres un chile, Poppy?
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's probably like one of my favorite combos in the world, man. I love it so much. Wait, let me grab your mouse pad. Oh shit, another one?
Buy some whole shebangs and use it as packing wrap.
Hey. do it, throw random shit in there.